This is William Patterson University Television.
Welcome back to the desk. The Pioneers softball team is in the NJAC playoffs, and they kick off their run against Rowan tomorrow afternoon. Here to break it all down with me is Andrew, Anthony, Andy, and Mikey. You know, Andy, Pioneers had a great run this season to get to where they are. Coach Jacobson's second season got the team in the NJAC playoffs. It's going to be a lot of fun to see what they can do in the tournament, but a lot of great wins led up to that. What is your best win of the Pioneers season?
NJCU Game 2 is my absolute favorite. They had 13 hits, they played great defense, and Jalen Miller threw an absolute gem. They won that game 11-1. They also won the earlier game, Game 1, 1-0. So, you know, a little rocky in Game 1, only can get 1 run on the board. Game 2, they got 11 runs on the board. That's a great all-around win. Yeah, great big-time win. Walker?
Yeah, quite frankly, I was going to go with Rutgers-Newark Game 2, where they won 8-0 in 5 innings. But I'm going with Rutgers-Newark Games 1 and 2, because honestly, they need to win both those games to get where they are right now, and they got the job done. They won the first game 9-4. They won the second game 8-0. That is 17-4. The Pioneers outscored Rutgers-Newark. They absolutely dominated both games, and that's why they're where they are right now. Yeah, anytime you get a win and you're in situation, definitely a big-time clutch. 2 victories to pull off there. Mikey, where are you going?
I'm going to go out of conference. Drew is a really good team. They had 25 wins on the year. I'm going with Game 1 from that doubleheader. Caitlin Monahan had 6 ribbies, Haley Weinberger had 2, Grace Gaskill had 1, and Jalen pitched a 1-hit gem, and Lindsay Acker closed the game out to keep it 9-1. A dominant win against a good team.
No, definitely a big-time victory out of conference. Drew is always formidable in any sport we play them in. Ballistreri, where are we going?
Yeah, I mean, trust me, man. Both Montclair games were great. They were big-time must-win games. Pioneers able to sweep in those ones. I'm going to highlight Montclair Game 2. Pioneers won that one 9-1 in a 6-inning mercy. Jalen Miller, she pitched all 6 innings, allowed 1 run, and had 3 strikeouts. Great outing from her, as well as Caitlin Monahan, a 2-run home run, as well as a 2-run double. And then, you know, Gianna Mulatto with a double, a couple of steals, and, you know, no errors by the Pioneers, which was huge for them. One of the only games they had no errors, and this boosted them in the NJAC standings big time.
Yeah, Andrew, you mentioned a lot of key names in that victory alone. Anytime you make a playoff run type season, you had a lot of key contributors. All NJAC honorees just came out for softball, so we're going to give out some awards on the desk here. Who is your MVP?
I'm going to go with like pretty much the one name I didn't mention before. All NJAC second team player Carly McDaniel had a phenomenal season. She batted .383 with a .966 OPS along with 27 ribbies, 3 triples, and a home run. She led the team in RBIs and was tied for the lead in steals with 22. She's a huge leader on this squad. She's one of the biggest reasons that they're in the playoffs. And you really can't argue that Carly McDaniel's the MVP of this team.
Yeah, great at third base, great in lineup, great veteran presence. Mikey, who you got?
Talking about not a veteran, you know, Jalen Miller, she's only a sophomore. Kind of a snub as an honorable mention, to be honest, because everybody talked about her today, just about. 1.07 whip, held people or batters to under 200 as an average. She gave up less hits than she had strikeouts, and she had 10 wins. So you can't really say that she can't be an MVP.
You know, back-to-back great seasons on the mound from Jalen Miller. Walker.
Yeah, when we made these picks, I was shocked this player was still on the board. I'm going to go with Jasmine Barrett. She was absolutely phenomenal, and she is a 5-tool player. Hit .374 with an OPS of .984, 17 ribbies, 2 home runs. That's tied for the team lead, so she has some pop. And then she stole 22 bags. She can absolutely bust it out on the bases as well. She is absolutely phenomenal in the outfield, on the base pass, in the batter's box. She is great. She is hands down my MVP.
You know, that lefty bat in the middle of the order has definitely been nice to see. Big-time run producer, both on the bases and at the plate. Andrew, Gavin.
I mean, you want to talk about snubs. Talk about Lila Guthrie. Absolutely nothing. She had a 1.33 ERA, 68 innings pitched, and she has a 1.33 ERA. And she's been dominant. She threw gem after gem after gem.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you cheerful on the desk today.
Thank you.
Mikey, as the Pioneers prepare to face the Rowan team in the playoffs, we competed with them in the regular season. We lost both games at home, both close contests. It's going to be a tough task to beat them, but it's definitely a job that can be done. But key things need to happen. What do the Pioneers need to do to come away with a W?
They just got to come out scoring. They have to get the lead first. 15-1-1 when they get the lead to start the game. They have a good pitching staff, obviously, with Lila, Jalen, and, you know, the bats get going, they're going to take them home.
Anthony.
Yeah, I need to see some consistent hitting. When the Pioneers played Rowan earlier this year, the pitching was there. They only allowed 9 runs in 2 games. That's, you know, do the math, 4.5 runs a game. You know, quick math major, not me. That's great for the Pioneers. The hitting has to be there, though. They only scored 3 runs in those 2 games. They got shut out in the first game. They scored 3 runs in the second game. They got to do more, you know. And they had some opportunities that they just couldn't capitalize on. If they can situationally hit and consistently hit and bring those runners home, Pioneers can definitely win this game.
You see the smoke coming out of Walker's ears. He's trying to calculate runs per game and all that crap. Andrew, Gavin, where are you going with the keys of the game?
Pioneers need to limit mistakes. You can't be throwing the ball around the infield, you can't be missing signs, and you can't be making base running mistakes on the base paths. If you clean that up, Pioneers can really make a big impact on this tournament.
Yeah, no, I definitely love to see the limiting of errors. That'll be crucial. Clean softball is winning softball. Ballistreri.
They got to pitch a gem tomorrow, man. They don't have a choice. If they don't pitch a gem, they're not going to win this game. And trust me, I assume Jalen Miller is going to get the start in this one. She had a solid outing last time against Rowan in 4 innings. She allowed 2 runs. And Lila Guthrie also has to be ready because we're pulling out all the stops. Everybody might have a chance to pitch. Lila Guthrie has to be ready. Gabby Brancaccio, Gianna Mulatto, everybody needs to be ready. Gianna Mulatto was great against Rowan last time out. In her 3 innings, she didn't allow a run, and she struck out 2 batters. So if pitching can show up and they can really pitch a gem tomorrow, then they got a chance to pull this one off.
You're a great hype man.
I know I am.
Like, I'm juiced after
you should be.
I'm
About to
juiced
run
after
through a
him.
brick wall.
Well, Anthony, it should be a great matchup, though. Headed down to Rowan, first game of the tournament. What are you expecting?
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the numbers here from both sides, and it's going to be a good matchup. I mean, you look at the conference record, Pioneers were 7-10-1. Rowan was all the way up there at 17-1. Batting average solid on both ends, 292 for William Patterson, 331 for Rowan. OPS 860 for Rowan, 747 for William Patterson. ERA, Pioneers have a better ERA and a slightly higher whip, so the Pioneers do have the advantage, in my opinion, on the pitching side. And going back to the Pioneers facing Rowan earlier this year, the Pioneers really, hit the pitching well for Rowan against everyone, with the exception of one player, Riley Lutz, right? Riley Lutz was absolutely dominant for Rowan. If the Pioneers can get to Riley Lutz, they will be able to win this game. Every other pitcher that the Pioneers faced against Rowan, they did pretty well against. But Riley Lutz is a huge obstacle, as she should be. I believe she won NJAC Softball Pitcher of the Year. Pitcher of the Year. So it's going to be a big challenge for the Pioneers. Don't get me wrong. If they can get to her, they will be in a great position to win this game.
Yeah, I would imagine she'll probably be on the mound for Rowan tomorrow, but we'll see what happens, though. Andrew, Gavin, what do you want to see from this one?
I mean, Riley Lutz, she was 19-2. She had 142 strikeouts. She averaged a strikeout an inning, which is insane. Pay McNair, Liz McCaffrey, Kat Thomas, all batting over 370. Kat Thomas has 8 home runs. You stop them, you're in a good position to win this game.
William Patterson, too.
Yeah.
Yep. She was a problem when she came to play at the softball field. Mikey.
I mean, you mentioned all the names. I mean, 19 wins for a pitcher is just unbelievable in such a short season. But, 2 people, Liz McCaffrey and Kat Thomas, both over 1,000 OPS. Obviously, you have dangerous bats, but we'll see what the Nears can do.
Yeah, hopefully they can pull one out. Andrew, close us out.
Listen, man, Rowan is the 14th best team in the nation for a reason. And you guys can all sit here and tell me the Pioneers have no chance tomorrow, and that is where you are wrong.
See, who said that?
It needs to be a complete effort out of the Pioneers tomorrow, all right? Pitching needs to be great. And listen, the top of the lineup, they looked great yesterday against John Jay. I need that energy tomorrow. And also, not just the top of the lineup. I need that bottom of the lineup to finally get going. They've been very, very quiet the last couple of weeks. I need them to be on top of their game. And these girls, man, they got to go down the glass barrel. They got to go in there with confidence. You have nothing to lose. Let's go knock off Rowan.
I don't know how much more there is to say in that. I don't like the gaslighting.
He was the most critical.
That was unnecessary. But yeah, I mean, you limit the base running mistakes, limit the errors, hit the ball. We're going to be in great shape. And we wish the Pioneers tons of luck as they make their way down to Rowan tomorrow. As for these playoffs begin, the NBA playoffs are upon us. Let's get a Nears win, baby. Come on, guys. Let's go. Come on, Nears. Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
NBA crew will break it down next.